The White House is said to be considering drastic new measures to ramp up COVID-19 vaccinations. A Washington Post report explains how the Biden administration could soon.
Hello, today I present to you an extremely attractive application for music lovers. It's completely free. You can listen to music online or download unlimited music to use whenever you don't have internet. The powerful search function helps you find anything you want. Trust me. It's hard not to find what you're looking for because the search function is really powerful. Application download link is attached in the description of the video. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. Thanks.
Withhold federal funding from several institutions. It comes as the Delta variant spreads across the U.S. Roughly 90 million vaccine-eligible Americans have yet to roll up their sleeves. Tyler Pager co-authored that article and joins me now. He's a White House reporter for The Washington Post. Tyler, tell us more about the type of money that could be withheld and which institutions would be affected.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And this effort, I'll say, is in early stage discussions, and White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki confirmed the report today at the press briefing. And I think a lot of this effort right now is focused on long-term care institutions. So this is one area where they really struggled to get employees to be vaccinated. And so there are discussions with lawyers and with health experts inside and outside the administration about what power the president has to potentially withhold federal funding, particularly Medicaid and Medicare, to kind of mandate employees at these healthcare facilities get vaccinated. And one of the things about these long-term healthcare facilities is that this is where we saw at the beginning of the pandemic, more than a year ago when it first really came, these were some of the places that were hardest hit by the virus. And as we're seeing this new wave with the Delta variant, it's once again a place where there's vulnerable population and employees who are not vaccinated, and there's increasing concern about that. And so this is one of the strategies the White House is considering to really force people to get vaccinated.
President Biden has faced criticism for not attacking the pandemic more aggressively. Do you think a move like this would generate more of a positive or negative response? And how could it impact the president's image?
Yeah, I think that is one of the things that they're always trying to balance. And he has tried to keep politics outside of this vaccination effort, emphasizing that the vaccine was developed under a Republican administration and then distributed under a Democratic one. And so he's really tried to, emphasize that, elevating leaders from both sides of both parties who are pro-vaccine. But it's become increasingly more difficult to reach this last part of the population that refuses to get vaccinated. And we're seeing it increasing in kind of sparring between him and certain Republican officials who are adamantly opposed to any sort of mandates, whether that's for masks or vaccines. And so I think the administration has been trying to avoid mandating the vaccines for months. But as you said, this is, as they say, a wartime effort, and they're becoming increasingly frustrated by people that just won't get vaccinated. And so I think they're trying to balance that. But as we've seen, countries like France have instituted vaccine mandates. New York City is requiring people to show proof of vaccination to access public spaces like businesses or restaurants. And so I think they are confident that this is a step they can take to really push people to get vaccinated and try to bring this pandemic back under control as we see cases spike because of the Delta variant.
This comes as the White House is also looking to require international visitors to be vaccinated prior to entering the U.S. Can you tell us more about this plan and where does it stand right now?
Yeah, so the White House has made it clear that they are not lifting these travel restrictions that they've had in place for many of the countries, attributing it to the Delta variant and the concerns of how fast it spreads. And as we're seeing the cases rise and hospitalization rise and overflow in certain areas of the country. So what they said is that they're working on developing a plan for when they are ready to release these travel restrictions to also require vaccinations or proof of vaccination for all foreign travelers with limited exceptions. So, they are starting to preview that this plan is underway, but it's not fully fleshed out in terms of the exact details. We've pressed, the White House to get some more clarity on how long it might be before the travel restrictions are lifted. They say they're not ready to release that yet, but they want to have this plan in place to require this proof of vaccination for when they're ready to do so.
What other measures are the White House considering to try and combat the Delta variant and incentivize vaccinations?
Yeah, so there's a lot of the same strategies that they've been doing from the beginning. One of the things that they've focused most directly on is trying to elevate local leaders, so trusted voices in communities. They've done door-to-door efforts to really talk to people about the vaccine and not force them to get it, but answer any questions they may have. So those efforts are continuing. But, Biden has spoken in support of some of these vaccine verification programs. So I asked him this week at the White House about New York City's plan for vaccine verification, and he said he supported that. He didn't say that they needed vaccine passports, but he said that businesses and other restaurants and types of public spaces should have the support of city and states that want to implement these type of programs. But I think the biggest problem that the administration is facing right now is efforts from Republican officials who are adamantly opposed to these sorts of programs and putting in mandates and executive orders that ban them from doing any sort of effort like this. So we saw that in Texas and Florida, and Biden has criticized those leaders this week. Really a dramatic escalation of kind of the rhetoric in terms of pushing back against these efforts and the politicization of the vaccine.
Tyler Pager, thank you.
Thanks so much.